Before we go into this video, if you are in Hungary, I don't know other countries' systems, so do not interact with the police unless you absolutely have to. Don't wait cops arriving. Just don't. If you still have to interact with them because they were too fast or something, know this: they are remnants of the communist era, so they are a state power strike organization whose job is to intimidate the citizens. They, as far as I can tell, they do nothing but beat up homeless people and intimidate random citizens. Do not let yourself intimidate. Ted. Just don't bow your head. Don't be struck down by their official language and their passive aggressive covert threats that this low and that low and you have to do this. No. Bare minimum, and don't get intimidated. Fuck them. Why I'm putting it in this video? One thing, because the police here wasted my time yesterday and even today, but also this is a bit, I have the similar feelings to Malazan Book of the Fallen. By the way, the fans and reviewers refer to the empire as Malazan. It is not. Malazan is an adjective. So if we rephrase the saga title, series title, this is the Book of the Fallen of or in or from Malazan. Malaza. Not Malazan, Malaza. The empire's name is Malaza. But these cretins who allege they read it, they didn't even come to this recognition. This gets you what audiobook listening gets you, and making content out of wikis, not actually reading the thing. Another thing is, I will fucking make a chart, Excel chart, because these glossaries are useless in this current form, not just because they are separated to the two ends of the book, but because they are not consistent and they use the names the text use will not match. Like, what was this piece of shit I've had trouble with? Cotillion and Amanas. Do you find these at the C or A? One, these fucking pieces of shit are not in alphabetic order. Because fuck you, that's why. The other thing is, they have some adjective attached to them. I don't know if it is the translation or originally too, but it's, you find first the shadow torn Amanas and rope cotillion. While you are scamming for cotillion and Amanas, you won't find them that way. What? This is so idiotic. Anyway, so we have the prologue. I have two things here. First, the protagonist in the protagonist. There is no POV character here. There are three characters in the prologue, and none of them is POV. The first, the protagonist here is Genos, which similarly something like the Hungarian Gonos, with meaning evil. So I have my guesses, but anyway, it's I thought he is standing on the tower near the city, and then so he is the commander or whatever, but turned out somehow the commander was mentioned secondary, and he is just a tiny bit of soldier, low-ranking soldier. Then why we start with him? This is a bit confusing, but okay, we get used to the style. So this is not a problem, writing problem. It's just annoying. But okay, we clear the rows. Okay, that's okay. Then comes here a certain person called Dusty or whatever. I'm not back translating this shit. And it's very they told to tell us that she has a new other name. So I had to crawl to the glossary or whatever and the appendix and check those lists, reading all the names because I had no other chance. Cool. Why couldn't you just fucking piece of shit tell me who she is? Any sane, normal person, especially writing a 1,000-page novel, would tell you who this piece of shit is, not make you guessing. The other thing is, this Ganos is obviously has a second name too, so the writer pretends to be so clever. No, you are not. You are an idiot thinking that. You are very obvious. This is so on the nose that that character has a hidden backstory. Oh, we need a mysterious bullshit. So that's the prologue. We won't go through the whole thing. I will probably make a video when I reach the end. I'm not in a hurry with this. It's not hard to read, it's not hard to remember, it's just not good. Not really something that gets priority because so good. No, it's not. So the first proper chapter, if you can see it, yeah, that's the first chapter that's written there. He always puts there some bloody poem there because why not? And we have 3 freaking calendar. You are writing a 10,000-page bullshit and you have 3 different calendars. Why? Because fuck you, that's why it's so hostile to the reader. Anyway, the whole thing is there are some soldiers going there and there is a old woman and a young girl there, and they are commoners and doing their own business. Then the old woman, from her perspective, tells us, mumbling under her nose or something, that she lost practically her whole family to all the wars. Great. So she spent a considerable amount of the retribution money for her losses on candles, to remind her of her lost ones. Everyone else, without rhyme or reason, she is a throwaway character, dies in this scene, so forget about her. But everybody else says she's an evil witch who is stealing souls and putting in the candles and force them to all kind of necromantic shit. What the fuck? This is bullshit. The only thing I get from this is this is we will find a lot of false information in these texts. Everybody is lying or whatever. With bloody helps with a 10,000 pages non-chronological bullshit. But okay, whatever. I don't really care. The thing is, some obviously mages show up. They are either some mysterious or neutral force or evil, straight out evil. I checked the appendix. Who they are? Nobody. They are others. What the fuck? Why don't they have affection? Why don't they belong to, you are setting up your world and you choose the way that your first event is a nothing, absolutely nothing. They are throwaway characters who pop up here. Okay, but it was important to know all their 7 dogs' name. Why? They are dogs. They are not mercenaries or minions or whatever. They are dogs. Why was their name so important that you find it in the appendix? Zero idea. But okay, let's move on. Is there a protagonist here who is central character? You should watch her, the character, and traditional protagonist, important character or whatever. Yes, that small child, small girl, a young girl. She is kidnapped to be the avatar of some god or whatever. And the old woman who may or may not be a witch gave her a prophecy and possessed her or whatever before her body got offed. So what are we talking? All the reviews said, oh, there are no protagonists and all that. Here is a protagonist. And it somehow goes, and after a break, they jump into some army moving here or there because why not? The importance of the scene is yet to be read and revealed and whatever you want to call it. I am not amused at this point. The writing is mediocre and hostile to the reader because I'm glad it translated, because in English, I'm sorry to say, but according to my experience, the average, everyday knowledge of English-speaking people of their own language is kind of limited. The fancy words get live in the periphery, and you have to look them up or just not pay attention to them. And this writing is very obviously in that kind of fancy language, while the story is nothing fancy. It's not confusing, it's just it seems the writer wants to achieve something with only doing one character for a couple of pages and not more. But if I want a fantasy on this quality, I would read Discworld again. I read all of them, not all of them worth your time, but whatever. And that is episodic. It's worth reading all the whole thing, but it's episodic and it's about Discord. What's this about? I can't even guess until I get to the second book, because just by the title, the Malazan Book of the Fallen thing, I would guess it's the Empire of Malazan or something in there. By the way, I wanted to mention this. You think this is a big deal, ancient empire or whatever, yet you are gravely mistaken. This empire only exists since the second generation. It was founded by the current empress' father. That's it. That's where the history goes. There is nothing else. This is not a big empire, this is just a new empire. So there is no history. I don't know what's... Oh, it's a 500,000 years long story. Definitely not about this empire. Because the empire only exists for 2 lifespan of, I guess, humans. And that's what? 100 years at most? If I'm very generous. More probably 30 or 50. That's it. That's the whole thing. This is a joke.